We love
I
hip
seen
hop.
something on Rebel TV. Salute to Rebel TV. There's an expose. They have an ex-employee, white woman actually, ex-employee of Tim Hortons, and the reasons of why she got fired. Now, apparently, there's a big conspiracy. It wasn't just her being a shitty employee. There's a little bit of a fraud that she's exposing in this video right here. So we're gonna go over the video. I don't think we need to go through the whole thing. We'll go through parts of it to see the fraud that's been going on with Tim Hortons. Obviously, we're gonna get into an immigration conversation as well. So let's pull this up, courtesy of Rebel News, and hopefully we don't get demonetized, because I know their channel's not monetized because they go for it. You know what I'm saying? They're real. Don't ever call me a journalist. These motherfuckers are the journalists. All right, let's go.
There's a report, a 2021 report on temporary foreign workers and the influx of immigration from the federal government that says essentially racism is a problem because people will come in, the managers will, and then they'll hire only their preferred nationality. And you say you saw that firsthand.
Well, yeah, I asked them why you always sit. One of the managers, she explained to me, because they are cheaper to hire. I asked her, what do you mean? She said, because the government pay a little bit for their wages, so it's easier for the owners.
And these locations have different managers, but they all, you say, have the same owner.
Yeah, the same owner, but the same general manager as well. Yeah, one of the time I told one of the managers, I said one of the employees, he put his fingers in his nose, twisted, and he started making special cheese. He started making the cheese.
What? Oh. Say that again?
One of the time I told one of the managers, I said one of the employees, he put his fingers in his nose, twisted, and he started making special cheese. He started making the cheese. So congrats to all the 100 customers. You are eating the special cheese.
Oh!
Cheesy.
Cheesy.
For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini here in Cobourg, Ontario, in front of one of the Tim Hortons locations on the east end of town. And I'm joined by I would call you a disgruntled former Tim Hortons employee who wishes to remain anonymous for this report. But you ultimately saw some very concerning things over your 4-year employment at this location and a few others that are under the same ownership. Can you tell us about where things went wrong?
In the last year and a half, the first 2 years and a half was amazing. There was nothing wrong about this place, but in the past 2 years everything was going wrong. Everything was going to the abyss. Everything, all the staff, in the beginning they were nice, the new employees, but at some point they started treating us differently. Some people they treating like specials, and some people treating like a garbage. By all the managers and some of the supervisors. They're all treated different. I'm going to say one of the managers' name. I'm not going to say their name, apologies. I'm going to call them SpongeBob, and the other one I'm going to call them Patrick.
What was a factor in that shift that you noticed a year and a half ago?
New employees coming in, and they always speak different language, and they don't speak English at all. When the manager's on the floor, they speak English. But when the managers off the floor, they always speak different language. And the first time I complained about that was 2023. No.
Damn, this guy's spilling the beans right here. So these guys over here running a major scam over here too, because multiple locations being owned by one owner. That sounds like obviously it's entrepreneurship, but it could cause for a conflict of interest when it comes to hiring practices, right?
November. And I complained about that my last month, but there is nothing going on. And they're the same staff, not the new staff. I'm not the only one. There's different staff. They don't like working with them anymore because they always speak different language.
What would you say is the main language spoken?
Hindi. They always speak it. English was second option. And not they don't speak it, they just don't want to. They told her you have to stop it, so she makes sure that all the other stuff, they don't do it anymore, but just for a while. She doesn't speak it anymore, but all the staff, they always speak it. As soon as the manager off the floor, they always different language. And we always hear our names in different language and have no idea what they are saying about us.
That's the worst. Oh man, I'm sorry. I don't want to sound racist. The way I say this right now, but it'll be like ticky Friday. Ticky Ricky. Ticky Friday. Ha 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 ha. Ticky ha 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 nigga. What? Excuse me? Are y'all talking about me? I know those ones. When I used to go get the mani pedis and shit at the nail shop, the Asian ladies used to do the same thing. And they kind of look, they'll give you a kind of look too. It's the worst, bro. You better go learn some Punjabi, brother.
Yeah, like that's not respectful. Even and one time I asked them to speak English, they yelled in my face. They told me it's none of your business. So I didn't feel safe. So I went to the other side of the store. They start speaking.
They said, "Shut up, Whitey. We ain't speaking English for you."
Louder. So just I'm making sure I can hear them. And I was the only one who did not speak their language. And that was at the small store, the one beside the gas station. And when I told the general manager, she said she would talk with the other manager. She did, but nothing happened. And
what did they say? When did they speak Hindi? It's a small store. They always speak it there, and they're not supposed to. I'm not scheduling you there to punish you. I'm trying to give you a full-time out. I'm trying to give you the full-time hours you wanted. And Bar booked those days off for her birthday, and you used to do those shifts before. So I knew that you would. So I knew that you know what's going on, what you were doing. I don't have favorite people, KD. I just have to make sure that the full-time staff have their hours. I will give you shifts at the big store next schedule. I just need you at the small store. Sean doesn't want to be up there either. Oh shit. Ain't nobody want to be over there. Sean neither? Damn, Sean. You don't want to be over there neither? What's up with that spot? Yo, thank you for the membership. Gets Maine, Judah Israel. He says, money coming. I deal in cash. Some down for now. All right. Salute, man. Salute. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Welcome to Quebec. Listen, in Quebec, they'll hit you with the French for that type shit. But yeah, these guys ain't playing over here.
I texted one of the manager. She admitted they always speak different language.
Now, out of all the employees at the locations that you've worked, how many would you say are either Canadian born or English as their first language employees?
Like it depends on the shift, but sometimes you can't find any. Like sometimes only one or two, except the managers. But the regular employees or supervisors, none. Like only one or two, three, like 4 at best, 4 of 10.
Wow.
There's not necessarily anything wrong with that. That just might be a choice thing. Hey, we found a better worker, the better man for the job, or the better woman for the job. They just happen to be from the same country as me.
Are English speaking as their first language, or Canadian born?
Yes.
You had expressed to some of your fellow coworkers and you shared with me the text messages that you felt as though you were being treated like a slave. What was the response to that?
This. That's we had the board name, like make sure of the taxes. Every time I came, I see.
Yo, whatever KD, whatever your initials stand for, they're doing you dirty. And it sounds like you got a Russian accent. So they're just like, oh, you're not even just like the Canadian whites. We're going to treat you different. So fill the sugar machine, dish and dishwasher, clean stocks, ice bin, ice caps. Okay, you got to clean those ice cap machines. All right, Friday's coming in for his ice cap. Hot caps, sinks, garbage, bathroom and back alley. Damn, Katie. All of that for you? None for sour print, eh?
my name like that. And all the
None for anybody else in the restaurant. That's all you, KD. That's all you, white man.
other supervisors, like it's me and other 3 of the employees. Every time one of us work, the other supervisor, they feel like they're on vacation on the afternoon shift. They don't do anything else except customer serving, but cleaning, serving, anything else? No, all of us. All of me and other 3 of my previous co-workers.
And another thing that you mentioned to me when we spoke off camera was about kind of the scheming and the scams and the fraud that seems to be happening at these locations. What was one instance specifically that you thought this isn't right?
So the Google reviews, they start like paying us free meals, not money, free meals to make a fake Google reviews. It's not just me, like for all the employees. And for every, like, even if your friend made a such Google review, you'll get like free meal. And some employees did it. One of them, like, he asked 4 or 7 of his friends to do it, and they did it. And one of the new managers, she made 2 fake accounts, one her own personal account and the second one just to make fake Google reviews.
Now, one of these locations, 1 second, I think it was
That is nasty work. Do the Google reviews and we'll give you a free meal. In this economy too, bro, and yo, fam, a free meal us? Oh, shit. How many accounts I gotta make, broski? I'll make 10 accounts, bro. Give me 10 free meals.
across Ontario or across Canada for their drive-through speeds. How did they scheme their way into that designation?
I'm not sure it's Canada or Ontario, but we have a competition, all the Tim Hortons in, like, let's say in Ontario. Who's the fastest one? We used to drive our own cars and push it driving around the drive-through just to make sure our times get down. And when we went to second place. And I asked them, why we don't go for first? They said, don't go for first. Because if you went for first, the head office will send people just to see other people how you do the things.
Oh, these guys are sick. Don't make yourself first. Because if you are first, if you are number 1, fastest Tim Hortons, that's going to alert the peoples over there at the head office of Tim Hortons. Let's go take a look and see what's going on over there at their restaurant. So chill on all that first shit, okay? Yo, relax. Slow down a little bit. Hey, take it easy. We don't want to be first. We don't want anybody poking around over here at us picking our nose, making freaking donuts and shit. Oh, man. Damn. Dramatic track says earlier topic, Sticky Green from the Smugglers started Toronto accent. Facts. 1995, 1996. I was there. Okay. Dramatic was outside. Let me put that back up on the screen. Let me think about that for a second. Sidetrack, no sidetrack, gang. 95, 96, the Toronto accent. I kind of feel like it existed before that. I do understand how they would have made it popular because they were actually, and salute to the Smugglers, all right? They were actually a group that when you would hear their music, they sounded like Toronto niggas. They wasn't trying to sound like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't listened to their the old tunes in a while, but they wasn't trying to sound like American niggas, all right? Guess who's coming with that 4/5 bumping? Big tune. But yeah, salute to the Smugglers. It's a good sidetrack though.
And then they won because they were sending their own employees through the drive-through to push those speeds and get those times down.
And one of the customers got us, that's why she stopped it. He did a Google review about it. I think she did it. She did a Google review about us, and she did a very big one. And who's replied to her? The manager husband. He's the one who replied to her. Like, he said, this place is perfect and there is nothing happening out. And no, they attacked her.
Damn.
They told her,
son.
if you don't like it here, don't come here.
And you say that the managers they don't care.
No, they only care about the specific people. Other one else they don't care about. Like I've been requesting to work for one location only, and they never get me that. And if I did schedule in one location, they always put me on the same thing on the front, customer service. When I ask why you don't put someone else, I don't mind doing it, but I don't want to do it every day. They tell me, oh, they don't like doing it. They just don't know how to do it. And when every time we meet the job done, one day I told my managers, I am not supervisor. He said, I know you're not, but it depends on you to get the jobs done.
So wait a minute. And let me know if y'all think, or maybe thinking some of the same things, okay? Because I want to give the benefit of the doubt to everybody in the situation. This gentleman here, KD, who's complaining around about the job, as well as maybe the management. I know there's a conflict of interest that he's explained here, and Rebel News, they do their thing. But is it a possibility that KD might just be a disgruntled worker? All right. One in the chat, let me know. Is KD just a disgruntled worker who is getting the same duties as everybody else, but because he white, he's complaining? Like, what are you making me do all these things? Or does he have a leg to stand on? Like, is he really in the right? Okay. One in the chat, if KD is a disgruntled worker, he's just capping on that Tim Hortons location. Or two in the chat, if he's doing his thing, he's being marginalized. Right? They're making him take out the garbage because he's not one of the South Asian people in the store. Just let me know.
Because they know they don't get anything done. I'm not a supervisor, and I always treat me like one. And one time I said, I don't want to go to that location. Like I had a big fight with the managers. They sent me for a whole week. So I texted them because they said, I don't want to go. Are you guys punishing me by sending me for 1 week? They told me, yeah, no, we just wanted to show the other stuff and how to do the things right. I'm not even
like, with all due respect, I understand like a job is a job, and the man's gonna be like, yo, well, I don't want to go to that location. I want to go to this location. Again, with all due respect, I'll say this before I say what I'm gonna say. Nigga, you work at Tim Hortons. I don't know how much choices you have right now in life if you're working at Tim Hortons. You ain't the boss, nigga. You can't tell them I don't want to work at this location. I want to work over here. Brother, do you want to work? Period. Okay, it's not like you're at some corporate job and you're like, oh, I don't think that this is going right for me, and I might have to go to HR and Ray Tay Tay. We're talking about Tim Hortons, my nigga. You might just have to eat that shit, bro. Pause. Right? Just be like, listen, bro, okay, you want me to work at the location with all the Indian people who treat me bad? Well, guess what? Rent's due.
Supervisor.
Now, there's a report, a 2021 report on temporary foreign workers and the influx of immigration from the federal government that says essentially racism is a problem because people will come in, the managers will, and then they'll hire only their preferred nationality. And you say you saw that firsthand.
Well, yeah, I asked them why you always sit. One of the managers, she explained to me because they are cheaper to hire. After, what do you mean? She said, because the government pay a little bit for their wages, so it's easier for the owners.
And these locations have different.
Say it again.
Racism is a problem because people will come in, the managers will, and then they'll hire only their preferred nationality. And you say you saw that firsthand.
Well, yeah, I asked them why you always sit. One of the managers, she explained to me because they are cheaper to hire. I asked her, what do you mean? She said, because the government pay a little bit for their wages, so it's easier for the owners.
And these locations have different managers, but they all, you say,
the government pays for a lot of their wages, so it's easier or cheaper to hire. The government is paying for a lot of the wages. Okay, so it's easier and cheaper to hire. Got it. Got it.
They have the same owner.
Yeah, the same owner, but the same general manager as well.
And what have you ever escalated your concerns up to the owner themselves?
About the new hiring, no. But I always complain about them like we are being treated differently. We are not feeling we are welcomed. And one time I told the general manager, I'm not feeling welcome out here. I said, sorry, there's nothing I can do for you.
How are you able to keep your job with all this complaining, my nigga?
But when someone get hired, they treat them like special. Like we had someone, employees, he was brand new. Actually, I'll tell a different story. One time, the managers and different managers, they went for delivery. I was on the drive-through. I was the only one who couldn't speak their language. The supervisor doesn't like me that much. He kicked me out from the drive-through and he brought his friend. And English was the second option on the drive-through. They did not speak it. Only with the customers and the bakers.
What would you say
might
in
be leaving
terms of
us.
the hygiene
Okay.
and the sanitation that happens in these locations?
Let's get to it. Let's get to the hygiene and sanitation.
For me, when I used to go, I check the schedule. There's 3 employees. If they are working, I'm going. If they are not working, I'm not going. One of the time I told one of the managers, I said one of the employees, he put his fingers in his nose, twisted, and he started making special cheese. He started making the cheese. So congrats to all the 100 customers. You are eating a special cheese. Cheesy.
Not a nice thought.
Yeah, when I told them that, she said, oh, that's gross. And they believed it. Like if I told them someone else did it, they will never believe it.
Right. And how does the health
So the man dug up his nose, not just like on some, forgot that I was making food. He dug up his nose on purpose to put it in your food and mix it together and say, there you go, you stupid Canadians. Ugh. Wow, bro.
unit not hit them with these infractions?
Because they always let them know we are coming. So every time they are coming, they assign me to clean all the 3 stores. So I have got different locations to clean all of them. And one time I went to Coburn just to clean it. Because they don't know how to clean. And even the manager admits, when your job is done, it's you. They give me the full list, and I have to do everything.
What would be your message to family or friends? Would you recommend they come to these locations?
I will say it again. I only used to come when 3 people's working in. One time I went to the drive-thru. I yelled by her name just so she can make my bagel. And one time I came, I figured she called in, so I just walked away. The only thing I would recommend going there is for hot chocolate or iced coffee. But anything else, no.
Well, especially we see a rise in.
Oh, no. He said the only thing you can go for is hot chocolate and iced coffee. That's the only safe things, fam. Please say ice cap, bro. But now when I think about it, they probably never cleaned the ice cap machine in mad long, fam. You know the shit, like, because they put the shit through like a little, they put the sludge in it. You know, you get mine with milk. And then they put it through that little thing, that little twister machine thing to make it into the ice cap, right? Right now, mine is kind of like it's melted, so it doesn't have the same, the solidifiedness, right? If that's a word. But that thing, that little twisty thing that that makes the ice cap, that mixes the ice cap for you. A lot of times I'll see them right after they're finished doing that. They'll take the ice cap out. Right? And then they'll take like a cup and then put the cup in friggin' where like a water cup or something, like where the little spinny thing is. And then kind of put, and then just put that to the side. Or sometimes they'll take the cup with a little bit of water in it and just put it underneath the little spinny thing and just leave it there after your ice cap, because the drops of the whatever from the ice cap is coming out of that shit. I'm sorry, I'm getting very technical and stuff like that, but we're talking about sanitary things right now. Oh, and I want another ice cap so bad tonight, fam. But now when I'm thinking about it, bro, like when's the last time they cleaned that machine? It's like at McDonald's, fam. You know, you go to McDonald's and you're like, yo, can I get an ice cream? And they're like, oh, the ice cream machine's broken. Again? The ice cream machine's always fucking broken. Because the shit, it's hard to clean that shit, bro. Sick to my stomach, fam.
Things like hepatitis A, salmonella, cockroaches in people's iced coffees, and locations in Scarborough. So it seems like this is only becoming
In
more.
Scarborough? Like I wouldn't have said it was better if it was at the West End, but like, bro, I'm in the boroughs, fam. Like, what are we doing over here, fam? I didn't see this part of the video, bro. Oh man.
Anything else? No.
Well, especially we see a rise in things like hepatitis A, salmonella, cockroaches in people's iced coffees and locations in Scarborough. So it seems like this is only becoming more and more of a problem. How do you think it could be fixed?
Yo, fam, what is that? Come here, Randy. Come here, bro. I need you, bro. Holy shit, man. What are they doing to us here, fam? Holy. Fam, this is a Scarborough location. This might not happen to your iced coffee, okay? But it's happening to somebody's iced coffee, and that's coming out of the same machine. Holy. Views from the phone says they don't know how to clean because where they come from, they have servants that clean for them. He said it. The foot soup is crazy. Oh man, I might have to figure out how to make ice caps myself. Y'all niggas is fucking me up with this one right now, bro. To be honest, I didn't even expect this out of this segment, bro. I thought they were just gonna tell us about a little bit of immigration scams and shit like that. Like, nigga.
Well, I don't know how it could be fixed, but here we didn't have any cockroach. We didn't have any cockroach here, like, was good. We didn't have any sour bugs. But guess what? The staff always use, like, wear gloves, and they touch everything else. Money, cups, garbages, and touch the donut.
You're supposed to be wearing these, I don't know what they're called, protective gear.
Yeah, so for the days, they are safe. The days, like, you all be good. But at the small store, we have one of the supervisors, he doesn't wear gloves. But for bakery, I will give them like 8 of the 9, except one supervisor, he doesn't like wear gloves at all. He touches beards, his phone, his microphone, his speaker, and he make donuts.
Oh!
Donuts, bagel, everything.
What location is that?
The ice cap. So usually, the ice caps need to be...
No. Don't do it, bro. Please, don't do it. Stips ice cap. Okay. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
He touches beards, his phone, his microphone, his speaker, and he make donuts. Donuts, bagel, everything. Well, one time, the ice cap.
The ice cap.
So usually, the ice caps need to be blended for 15 seconds. We don't blend that for this much, only 5 seconds. And if the one of the manager caught you doing it for more than 15 seconds, they will start yelling at your face.
What?
Don't do it because our time will go up.
Yo, they're chinsing the spinning on the ice cap, bro. Spin it for 15 seconds, fam. What are the 5-second spin, brethren? You remember I just explained to you guys the whole 5 seconds. Hurry up.
Did it once, one of the new managers, she kicked me out of the driver's line, she bought her friends. And the ice cap, one of the customers called them on Google reviews. They always put the ice cap and the cream outside, they don't put it in the fridge. So it just can be mixed ready. And the cream, the milk, they will stay like there for like 20 an hour.
That actually reminds
I forgot about that part. I don't take cream in my ice cap, pause. I think I'm more of an ice cap with milk person. You know what I'm saying? But if they're leaving the cream out for that long, then damn, they might be putting spoiled milk in your ice cap, bro. Ski. Yo, Roots, chill, Roots, Roots, just chill, fam. Then a week later, you're gonna forget about this and keep buying the dirty mud water. Stop calling it dirty mud water. I hear this at home. I don't need to hear this online too. I hear this IRL, nigga. Stop. About mud water. This is not the first time I've heard this expression. Yo, how are you drinking that mud water, Bridget? I like it. I don't know what to tell you, fam. I'm addicted. It be calling me. Oh, man. This is a sad day, bro. Me and you, man. It's not going to be the same after this, broski.
Me, another thing that you told me was the coffee, that it goes bad. Can you tell us about that?
The coffee is always expired. 9 out of 10 is expired, especially in the afternoon, and you can see that by the pot. It's flashing blue, that's meaning fresh. Green or yellow, it's meaning fresh. Red is dead, like just die. It's not flashing, it's been an hour. And the CFT is always dead. It's always like expired.
Oh,
we ran out of tea, so we had to.
Shorty, the sleep teas mash up too. Okay, yo, gal them out. Yo, I know the gal them. They love this tea, eh? That steep teas mash up.
Brew some, so that's it. And for the espresso, they usually you have a machine. It's prepared for 15 seconds. They will just hit it just to make it faster. So the espresso will be sitting there for 20 minutes or an hour. So you will always get the wrong amount of espresso, and you will always get like the expired one.
And espresso's expensive.
Just in closing, do you have a message for maybe Tim Hortons corporate or the government, who seems to be promoting and allowing this influx of people who aren't upholding the usual Canadian standard of care?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, no. I know what this. I know that's the thing, but like the way y'all position that right there, like that sounded kind of crazy. Still, like corporate. I don't think corporate gives a fuck though. To be honest, corporate's not doing shit about this. If that was the case, corporate would have started doing something about 5 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, when the decline started. But I don't think corporate cares. Like, as long as more Tim Hortons locations keep on opening, the more the merrier. Okay, that's where the corporate's mind is at. They're like, all right, so did we open 10 new locations this year in this city or this region or not? Or like, I don't care what the performance of the actual Tim Hortons is. How many of them do we have? And are they all making money? All right. As we can see here, there's a lot of you guys in the chat. Don't even get it twisted. You might be trolled or dissing me or saying, or not dissing, but saying whatever, yo, Friday, you're drinking all this mud water, whatever. But enough of y'all go to Tim Hortons too. A freaking iced coffee at Starbucks is like $10, fam. Mans are going to Timmy's, bro. So we're not going to act like we're higher than Timmy's. Oh, no, I never go to Timmy's. Everybody in this chat, including people who said I'm drinking mud water right now, has gone to Tim Hortons for something in the last week. Not even like, oh, ever in life or in 2025. In the last week, niggas went to Tim Hortons. Watch me just try to put it on you guys. You guys did it too. Right? Roots is like, who? Never step foot in that place, yo. Bona Tim Hortons. See? I knew what you were going to say before you even typed it. I never touched that place since 2017, fam. I said, Bona Tim Hortons, Rich. Never again. So whatever happened to you in 2017, traumatized. It's over. You went in there, it's probably got a freaking whatever sandwich, seen that little bug crawling out that shit, said, it's done. I'm never going there again. Fuck all you niggas, bro. You try to kill me. Damn, bro. Right? Mash up your belly, right? Had you on the toilet for hours. Just sitting there cussing them out. Yo, fucking fuck these people, bro. Yo, what? Mind I don't go back in there and fucking bust somebody's head. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. One time I almost mosh up a person in a Tim Hortons, bro. The one right downtown, Young and Charles area. Okay, if you know, you know. The same one that I was in when it got robbed, and I still wanted my ice cap after them niggas got robbed. All right. I'm in there. I ordered, it was like a breakfast sandwich, I think that I ordered. Okay. I eat pork, all right? So it was like a sausage, egg, and cheese bullshit or something. I don't remember. Get back to my yard, which was right around the corner at the time. Open up the thing. I don't know what I should have opened up the wrapper before I left the Tim Hortons. I'm trusting that you heard what I said, and now I can go back to my yard, get back to work, because sometimes I was working remote, so I was on the clock. All right, so I need to get back before my lunchtime is done. Brethren, why when I open up the friggin' wrapper to this shit, these niggas gave me a whole different sandwich, bro? I'm so fucking pissed. I went back over there and just started going I went from 0 to 100, fam. Yo, what the hell is this, man? Mine, I don't actually throw this sandwich. Yo, I started acting like a complete nigga in there, bro. Niggonometry, bro. I went crazy. They fixed the sandwich. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. And fixed my shit right away. Okay? I didn't even ask for the Frias. I should have asked for the Frias, but I was so pissed. And I think I should have said back then, and this is probably 2015, 2016. It would probably be 2016. I would have to be 2016 because it could have been 2017. Right, same time as you, homie. I should have cut them off then too, bro. I gave these niggas thousands and thousands of dollars in wrong order after wrong order and mosh up thing. And now we're finding out from here, probably dirty food, dirty sandwiches, mosh up ice caps, all that type of shit, bro. I've probably been getting, my stomach is probably immune to these people putting all kind of disgusting boogers and all type of shit in my goddamn coffee, bro. I go to the same damn Timmy's all the time, bro. The ladies are nice, and they get my order right. I will say that. I've gone there enough where they get my order right. But doesn't mean that they're cleaning up the machines as they should be. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop the video for this long, but fuck, bro. That shit hit home, bro.
So about that, boss, like in 2015, one of the companies, I think called A.W.O.L, they were doing fake Google reviews and they get fined 1 million. And the second thing I had 2022 for Canada flight, they get fined to 5 million. So if they didn't get fined, then what's the point of the act? Act 74 and Act 52.1, I think, or 51.1. So if they didn't get fined for like that much, what's the point?
After filming this report, I reached out to Tim Hortons corporate with a series of very serious allegations of fraud, mismanagement, coordinated Google review manipulation, unsafe and unsanitary workplace practices, discriminatory treatment of staff, and systemic abuse of the temporary foreign worker program.
Damn.
I didn't hold back. I laid out exactly what this investigation uncovered. And then I asked 7 straightforward questions that any accountable corporation should be able to answer. Things like what oversight Tim Hortons has in place to ensure franchise owners aren't exploiting temporary workers or violating labor laws, how franchisees are vetted, and whether corporate performs any meaningful ongoing compliance checks with them. I asked what safeguards exist for workers who report underpayment, retaliation, or unsafe conditions. I asked about the workforce makeup, whether Tim Hortons tracks how reliant its locations are on temporary foreign labor. I asked whether corporate is
How much you want to guess that the answer is nothing to all of these questions?
actually investigating allegations of fraud or labor abuses, and if not, why not? I asked how they address situations where owners or managers appear to be coordinating fake or incentivized Google reviews. And finally, I asked about language use in customer-facing roles and whether corporate considers a breakdown in communication between staff and customers or between staff themselves a service or safety issue. These were simple, fair questions, and I offered them the right of reply, which is grounded in responsible journalism. And here is what Tim Hortons corporate sent me back.
Let's go.
Rather than address a single question, they accused me of making very serious allegations without supporting evidence, warning that publishing anything they deem inaccurate could be considered libel, and stated that they expect full access to all of my investigative materials before they would even consider answering. But hold up.
Reverse Uno on your ass, shorty.
That's not how journalism works. Responsible journalism gives a subject an opportunity to comment. It does not hand the subject of an investigation the evidence so that they can prepare damage control or perhaps scrub anything before publication. So I wrote back firmly but politely, and I resent every question word for word. Tim Hortons corporate responded again that if I'm unwilling to provide the additional details that they would require to properly investigate, I can use the statement previously provided. That's when they launched into full PR parade. We're proud that Tim Hortons restaurant owners across Canada are known for being leaders in their communities, whether it's through their generosity and giving back during charitable campaigns like Smile Cookie and Camp Day, by supporting local youth sports, or by providing employment opportunities that include
They gave her the AI response.
valuable skill development and personal growth for team members. We have high expectations for Tim Hortons restaurant owners when it comes to serving guests and how they represent the Tim's brand. And if you have specific evidence to bring to our attention regarding any allegations, please do so that we may investigate it appropriately. I also reached out to the Competition Bureau of Canada.
So let me understand this straight. She wants to get answers from them. They tell her, we won't give you no goddamn answers unless you let us know what your investigative tools are. Okay? If you can't reveal to us what your investigative tools are, then we can't talk to you. So if you can't show us how you found the information on us so that we can clean up our mess before we give you any type of response, we can't respond to you. Oh, you still acting cute? You sending us the same questions again, bitch? All right, we got you. AI up. We contribute to charities and shit. What you talking about? Damn. You're relentless over at Tim Hortons.
That's the agency responsible for protecting consumers and addressing deceptive marketing practices, to ask whether incentivized or coordinated Google reviews falls within their enforcement scope. Sent me back that fake or inauthentic reviews can mislead consumers and harm competition, while genuine reviews help shoppers make informed choices and reward honest businesses. Under the Competition Act, any review that falsely appears to reflect a real consumer experience could be considered misleading. The Bureau has acted in past cases, including, as mentioned, those with Bell, Flight Hub, and AmpMe, resulting in millions in penalties and agreements to remove misleading reviews. Penalties can reach $10 million or more, plus additional amounts tied to the benefit gained. The Bureau then encourages anyone who suspects misleading reviews to file a complaint through their online form. And so the door remains open. If Tim Hortons corporate or the Competition Bureau chooses to provide further clarity or additional information after this report airs, I will update you all. But if
so, basically, yeah, we're not going to get anything done anytime soon. And I salute to Shorty over here from Rebel News and everybody over there at Rebel News, because they're due to due diligence and exposing things like this. But just because these things get exposed, and we can see from here, from the way that the corporate office over at Tim Hortons was treating her, we could expose the hell out of this. All right, they have dirty practices. There's mice. There's cockroaches. All types of shit crawling around in your Tim Hortons food. Man are picking their ass, picking their nose, doing whatever to your food. Guess what? And we can expose it in a video that has 123,000 views on it. Guess what? They're not going to change shit. Right? So I do agree with some of y'all in the chat. Even though I had to call out some of y'all in the chat because I know y'all be some Tim Hortons customers over here. A boycott might be evident. Like, we might have to do a boycott. Okay? Before I end this segment and end this live here, one in the chat if we need to boycott Tim Hortons. Two in the chat if it's like, nah, I'll be there tomorrow, man. All right, let me know. One in the chat if it's a boycott for Tim Hortons. 2026, okay? We'll even give you guys a month. All right, get your Timbits, your Christmas Timbits with the boogers in it, all of that for the month. One in the chat if it's a boycott for Tim Hortons, or two in the chat if it's like, fuck it. Yo, somebody go get me a large double, please. Oh, you going to Tim Hortons right now? Give me a large double. Thank you. All right, seeing a lot of ones. Bring back coffee time. I don't know about that. Coffee time might be worse. Coffee time is Tim Hortons plus crackheads. Damn, y'all got no mercy for Tim Hortons. No twos in the chat. Well, there you have it. This is the last mud water that you're going to see me drinking. All right? It's over there. It's over. Double doo-doo is crazy. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's enough bashing Tim Hortons for the evening. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.